Hello viewers, it's a good Ruby fangirl. So yeah, in today's video, I want to show off something like FNAF related. I've been thinking about this for quite a long while, but it's not gonna be a Jasper's item. That will come in the future, trust me on that. But before Jasper's ever got like the license, we gotta go back to when Funko actually released like some like a bunch of merch before they lost a license. Because keep in mind, this specific merch that I got is one of, like, the very few, like, merches that I got of FNAF during, like, that time before, like, Funko lost their license. So, I thought it would be a good time to look back at, like, one of these, like toy lines during Funko's time, so why not? I know, no one doesn't really care about Funko anymore, neither do I, but you know what? Let's just revisit, like, Funko with some of, like, their best, like, products. One in particular that's kind of a bit underrated, but no one really talks about a lot, is, of course, the Funko Snaps. When I first saw these, they were actually pretty neat. Like a cool concept, like you rip off, like, their faces, and you can place another one in, and they just look kind of cool in their own way. So I got, like, almost all of them. Well, not like the complete collection, but it's the best I can do, and also because I'm more collecting Jasper stuff nowadays compared to what I used to do collecting some Funko merch. So let's get like into that, shall we? Before we actually show off like the figures, let's get like a play set right here. And I have the FNAF 1 office. Even though this comes with Toy Freddy, this is clearly like the FNAF 1 office. And before we get to it, I got some, like, stuff around here. I know it's a lot of boxes, but, well, so we have, like, a broken TV, even though this part is not broken, but whatever. You can put it, like, right here. And here's another one with a little cupcake on it. You can put it, like, right here. I know it's probably, like, in a different area, but honestly, who cares? And here's the garbage can with a pizza slice in it, and I kind of like that. And here's just some extra boxes. You could just place them, like, whenever. And yeah, so that's basically what it is. I actually have, like, another one. And it's just this hallway right here. I know, it does look kind of bland, but, well, what do you expect? But I do really like this little garbage can right here. It's kind of cute. So, yeah, that's probably just a brief, like, showing. I'm going to show off, like, the base parts. Because, like I said, I don't have all of them. So, just to let you know on that part. So, we're going to start off with probably, like, the ones that I actually really liked, and, of course, the first ones that I bought. And that's, of course, the security breach wave. Yes, I know it's kind of a little bit iffy with security breach nowadays, but security breach was the very first FNAF game I ever played, so sure, why not? And the very first, like, one I actually bought was, of course, Glam Walk Freddy. And can I just say, he looks pretty neat, even by, like, Funko standards. And, of course, just like it's how it's advertised, you can open, and they snap. And I really like you can make, like, these derpy faces. And then you open it up, and there's the endoskeleton beneath. And if you want to switch, like heads, they come, like, with this angry kind of look. And it still looks pretty cool on him. Well, I'm kind of, like, sad they didn't paint, like, every single one, like, the nails right here. But other than that, he's complete accuracy, like, to, like Glam Walk Freddy. So that's pretty cool that they did that. And also, I forgot to mention, for this, you can actually place a headpiece, like, right there. I'll definitely switch it out, like, a few times, but we'll leave that one right there for now. And also, he comes with his stage mic. So basically, that's going to be the routine, like, for every single one of them. One facial head, and, of course, one accessory. So, yeah. All in all, what a great start, like, to pick him up. He just looks really cool. And next up, we got Vanny. And can I just say that she looks really cool? Like, probably, like, one of the best, like, Vanny-looking Funko products they ever did. Because we all know Funko had a reputation of making Vanny look ugly as possible. So, this actually looks pretty cool. I bought her alongside, like, Glam Rock Freddy. So, yeah, this is just pretty neat. And let's see what she looks like inside. Really bad in the mood Vanessa. But still, that's pretty cool that you can remove, like, her head and she just has, like, this kind of, like, facial expression. She's like, meh, I don't really care. Like, she looks just like an angsty teenager. And this is what she looks like in her other facial expression. Probably like with the glitch out kind of like feeling and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And her other accessory is a pizza cutter. Even though she never uses a pizza cutter in game. So what's the whole purpose of that? You know what? Whatever. I think it's probably because of probably just a cautionary warning or something. I don't know, honestly. So, I mean, look, I'm not like a company person, so what do you expect? So, yeah, overall, probably like one of the best like Funko looking Dannies. So let's put her right here. And next up, we got Glamrock Chica. Really cool, like, Glamrock Chica. She has, like, iconic earrings, the bow, and of course, like, her, like, basically outfit in general, that just looks pretty cool. And she actually looks a lot, like, accurate compared to her Funko plush version and her action figure counterpart. And this is what she looks like inside, very similar, like, to Glamrock Freddy. And of course, her iconic Shattered Chica. She actually does, like, with this face, she actually does look like her, like, shattered counterpart, well, except for the bottom part, but, well, that's probably the best they can do, especially with that, but, well, yeah, let's see what she looks like when she honestly, kind of like a very Chica thing to do. And she, of course, comes with her guitar. A pretty cool guitar, and it's actually one of the biggest items I have. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, all in all, great figure. And next up, we got Monty, and he looks really cool. Even though he has, like, a pug-like snout, even though he's supposed to be an alligator, but whatever. At least Jaspers actually fixes this problem with making him a lot more accurate, so, yeah, that's something. But still, though, he actually looks really cool. Like, even though Funko also has, like, a bad reputation of making Monty not that great. Like, I'm looking at his Funko figure. So, we take it off, and of course, same exact endoskeleton. And here is Shattered Monty. Even though that you could probably just take it off, and now he looks like Shattered Monty, but, well, probably, like, the best they can do, but, yeah, you know, whatever. But I do really like how they, made him, like, shatter and stuff like that. It just looks really menacing. And, of course, he comes with his, like, guitar that he stole from Glamour Bonnie, R.I.P. my man, and, yeah, that's pretty much it for Monty. Yeah, even though I'm not a big Monty fan, but he does have, like, a pretty cool, like, design. So, yeah, all in all, really good Monty. Alright, next up, and personally one of my favorite, like, Funko Snaps is, of course, Roxanne Wolf. And she looks amazing. Like, Funko, you really did a phenomenal job with her. Like, I'm actually impressed. A lot more better than her action figure and plushie counterpart. Like, this is just amazing. And, of course, you remove, like, her head, and you can replace it with her, like, shattered, like, Roxy. Although, she's not supposed to have eyes. That's kind of the whole point of Shattered Roxy, but I have no idea why they could have just, like, you know, you can, like, remove, like, her eyes, and then that would make a lot more sense. But that's probably, like, the best they can do for budgetary reasons. We all know Funko, and she comes with her keytar, actually a pretty cool keytar. And yes, you can actually, like, put it, like, together on, like, the action figure version that you really can't. So, yeah. All in all, I love, like, this figure so much. Alright, next up, we got the staff bot. Like, more specifically, the security bot. And he looks, like, really cool. Even by, like, security bot standards. Even though I don't really like these guys, because if they go, like, right up to your face and just jump scare you like they do in the game. But you know what? By figure standards, he looks pretty cool. Because there's not a lot of staff bot merch. And let's see what he looks like inside. Because he's, yeah, really a little bit different compared to, like, his Glamour counterparts. But yeah. And he also has, like, a, shattered version. Even though there's no shattered version. I mean, I know there's, like, decapitated ones in the basement at Security Breach. But, well, I think that's just probably they want to make him a lot more cool and fit with the others. And he also comes with this flashlight, of course, so he can, like, you know, so they can, like, monitor around, like, the Security Breach to hunt down Gregory. Kind of very similar to the Roxy and the others. So, yeah. All in all, a pretty good staff bot. And finally, the last of the security breach, like, figures is, of course, Vanessa. Even though she's not supposed to be in this line because, well, she's not an animatronic, well, she does look pretty cool, or decent, I would say, but let's see what we... Oh! That's a human skull. Oh! Oh! And here's her terrified look. I mean, that wouldn't make sense because she's literally with the other animatronics right here that want, like, to kill or to capture a child. So yeah. Oh! Apparently this skin mask doesn't really want, like, to stay on. There we go. And she also comes with a flashlight. So yeah, very similar, like, to the FNAF bot. So yeah. Oh no, probably, like, the weakest, like, Funko Snap out of all of them, but, well, that's because they actually used a human, so yeah. And that is all of the line of Security Breach. Personally, my favorite way because I have a nostalgia for Security Breach. But now let's move on to, like, the classic stuff, or basically the classic animatronics. So, let's get into them. And now all the Security, like, Breach characters are out of the way. Let's move on to, like, another wave up that I got. Or waves, I would say, because I'm doing this, like, in a mix-mash now. And that is, of course, Foxy. He actually looks decently accurate, but even though his paint job can really use something, and he's just a pretty chill fox. So yeah, even though it's a little bit lazy and pathetic that they didn't paint this part, but we get what we get. So yeah. And of course we rip up, and this is what his endoskeleton looks like, so that's pretty cool. And it comes with this, where his eye patch can actually lift up, very similar to, like, in the game. And also, just like Monty, he has like a really small snout. Like, what is it with, like, these snaps with having, like, short mouths? Ugh, whatever. And of course he has It's Me on there. Very similar, like, if he actually, like, leaves, like, Pirate's Cove. So, yeah. I wish they made, like, a Pirate Cove, like, kind of, like, area. But, well, that's probably, like, the best they can do. Because we all know what happened to them. Because, well, they lost the license. And now, the best company in the world to have Jasper stuff. Because we all know that Funko didn't really make the best products, but now Jasper's has, like, the license, and they're just making best products, so what do we know about that? And next up, we got Toy Chica, and yeah, she looks actually kind of accurate, and the cupcake looks really cute, but hold on. Honestly, that's just really funny. And of course, you can remove her face, and you can see her endoskeleton. And here's her, scary version, or unmasked version. I don't know what they call it, or beakless Chica, I think they call it. And seriously, like, that actually looks really cool. They, like, look, because unlike the other ones, they can actually cover their eyes. Why didn't do it with Roxy? Why they didn't do it with that one? So, yeah, Funko, you missed the freaking mark with her, but all in all, really cool, like, figure. And of course, Toy Chica. I wish Megan Fox can definitely say something right now, but, well, that's something that we're never gonna get right now. And now let's move on to another Chica, and that's, of course, Nightmare Chica. And, of course, her partner in crime, Nightmare Cupcake. Really cool, like, figure, because as a big fan of, like, the Nightmare animatronics, because they actually look freaking scary, this actually looks like a pretty cool, like, figure, so I really like it. And here's what her endoskeleton looks like. And here's smiling Nightmare Chica? Okay, but I think she's just really happy because she's gonna be terrorizing a child for, you know, Michael killing, you know, his younger brother, but you know what I mean. But all in all, dark stuff aside, pretty decently looking figure. And let's put her right next to her toy counterpart. Alright, next up we got Circus Baby. And this is the only, like, sister location, like, character they put on. Which is kind of weird because they should have done, like, Funtime Freddy or Ballora or something like that. I get, like, Baby is popular and all, but you know what I mean? So yeah, but she does look kind of off with that faceplate. But let's see what her endoskeleton looks like. Ooh, I actually like her endoskeleton. Let's see, like, her jump scare mechanic. Wow, that looks pretty cool. She's actually going, So yeah, really cool, really detailed. And also she comes with her mic. And yeah, all in all, pretty good figure. But the only problem is, yeah, she can't actually rotate like her head. Because, well, of this part right here. I always had like that problem every time I would use her. So yeah, just don't like move her arms a lot. That's what I'm just saying. And next up, we got Toy Bonnie. Ugh, he looks kind of a little creepy, even by Toy Bonnie standards. But he actually looks decently accurate. So very similar like to Toy Chica. There's not really like a lot of like attention to detail, but for what it is, he looks pretty decent. Ooh. I don't know, I just love doing that. Here's his endoskeleton, very similar to Toy Chica, and here's his angry face. Honestly, he looks a lot more better angry than his neutral face. I'm just saying right here and right now. And here is his guitar. Pretty neat. So all in all, pretty decent figure. So nothing to like to say about that. Now let's move on to another Bonnie. And that's, of course, Nightmare Bonnie. And one of like the early like figures that I got, and oh my goodness, he looks amazing. I love him. So yeah, he looks pretty cool. He's just like grinning and stuff like that, so I really like that. Here's his endoskeleton, very similar to Nightmare Chica. And here's his smiling edition. I guess they just really like making these nightmares having a bunch of smiles for some reason. That's kind of funny, but at the same time, what's the whole freaking purpose of that? And here is his guitar. I mean, it's actually really cool in detail, but he never really uses his guitar, like, in-game. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, is Nightmare Bonnie supposed to be blue? Like, a little bit of, like, blue? But he's purple in this, like his FNAF 1 version. I don't know why they did that, but I don't know. It's Funko, what do you expect? And next up, we got Phantom Foxy. And which is the only Phantom that they ever really made. And even though I'm not a massive fan of like the other Foxy, I just really have a amazement with this kind of Foxy. I love the green and the black. It just really suits him. And of course, you take off his mask. Here's his endoskeleton, even though the Phantoms don't have endoskeletons because they're hallucinations. And here's his jump scare version. So yeah, all in all pretty cool. And of course, the same exact sign. I don't know if it does glow in the dark, but honestly, doesn't really matter. All in all, like I said, pretty cool figure. I really like Phantom Foxy. And next up, we got Helpy, who's looking pretty chill for some reason. I thought he was supposed to be, like, happy. Here, you know what? Let's change that. Let's change it. And here's his endoskeleton, even though he doesn't have one, but good thing. And here, aw, look at that, he's happy. A happy bear. And of course, it comes with this balloon. When I first, like, saw this, I thought this was, like, a big-ass lollipop, but it's his balloon. I mean, it does make sense, because he actually has a balloon, like, in his game, so yeah. All in all, with this kind of faceplate, very adorable. So, you go right here. We're almost there. We got, like, 3 more figures. Oh, my goodness. Alright, next up, we got the main man himself, Freddy Fazbear. So, yeah. He's really, really cool. I mean, he's just a standard Freddy, but what do you mean? Like, what can you say? And of course, there's his mic, and his iconic top hat and bow tie, and here's his faceplate right here. Let's see what he looks like. His endoskeleton right here, very similar to the classics. And now he's angry. Oh! Really just looks like he's just really pissed off for some reason. Well, I mean, I get why that probably is, but still though. So all in all, pretty cool Freddy. Of course, he has to take the main stage. And of course, we got another Freddy. And we got Toy Freddy. So, yeah, pretty cool Toy Freddy. And this is what he actually comes with this, plate right here, like I said, like earlier. So here's this endoskeleton, and his jump scare. Oh! And also, once again, they have, like, you can cover his eyes with these. Like, once again, Funko just ruined the Roxy's, like, reputation of, like, having, like, you know, these kind of, like, eyes. They should have just painted, like, them black and it's all good. Ugh. I know I'm sounding like I hate the Roxy one, but I don't, but it's just the big shame. But, oh no, pretty cool. And actually kind of realized he's kind of shiny. I mean, it does make sense because they're supposed to be shiny. And alright, for our last, Funko snap we got, let's end it off with a very famous figure or infamous character that he always comes back. I'm of course talking about Springtrap. He's actually really decent, even though the paint job is not great, so yeah, I've got nothing to say, but yeah. And here's his, a little bit goofy, but let's cover it with his angry face. Yeah, there we go, that's beautiful. And here's puppet version of himself? Why does he have that? Funko, please answer me this question. Why did you give him a plushy hand puppet with Springtrap? This should have been Bonbon or Bonnet if they made Funtime Freddy. I'm just saying. I know, Funko can be really weird at times, but well, what do I expect for a company that doesn't really do a fantastic job like they used to? But all in all, pretty cool. And that's all the Funko Snaps I have. So yeah, very underrated and kind of forgettable line of Funko stuff. Yeah, because if they still had the license, they would have probably made more. But honestly, we could think that Jazzwares is definitely the better company compared to what Funko did. So it's just really time to say goodbye to Funko. But despite that, these figures look pretty cool. So I'd like to know from you guys, which ones are your favorites? Do you have any of these before Funko lost a license? I would love to know in the comments below. And now I will see you guys in the next video.